this time recognizably human. "If you're quite done sleeping, this cannot wait." That was Lieutenant Javovich, and she sounded excited.
"I'm on my way, Lieutenant,"
Doltran said. He splashed warm, recycled water over his face from the stagnant pool in the bowl. Confident that the comm connection was closed, he said,
"This, Katrina, is what comes of chasing ghosts."
He could swear that he heard his ex-wife's voice through the air shaft above the sink, that shrill cackle of a laugh that had at one time amused him so. The ship was by now light years from the nearest human outpost, on the very brink of explored space. 3 days had passed since the quantum jump to the Hanover's present location, and in that time Captain Doltran had slept little. He couldn't shake the feeling that this was verboten space, that this was forbidden. The ECS Hanover was currently deep within the maelstrom, in a sector of turbulent space that Science Division had labeled as the Gyre. Had it not been for the present naval operation, Doltran was quite sure that he would never have heard of the place. The Gyre was just one of so many stellar anomalies within the maelstrom, statistically a tiny and largely insignificant feature of the shattered realm occupied by the alien Krell. And yet, greater minds than Captain Doltran's had ordained that there was something out here worthy of investigation.
"But it isn't the location that makes this wrong,"
Doltrana whispered to himself.
"It's the mission,"
Katrina whispered back. The lack of sleep was getting to Doltran. When he was a younger man, he had been more capable of working such long watches without rest. Things were different now, and he found exhaustion affecting him in many ways. He had been hearing things, sometimes just occasionally, even seeing things. The walk from Captain Doltran's cabin to the Command Intelligence Center wasn't far, but it seemed that whatever Javovich had to tell him simply wouldn't wait, and the younger lieutenant met him halfway. Pushing aside bustling sailors and overamped Marines in full battle dress, Javovich slapped a salute at the captain.
"Glad that you could make it,"
she said, with a blistering smile. She spoke with off-world accented German, a 6th-gen immigrant to the Vega 3 colony.
"The ship has been trying to contact you for several minutes."
Javovich had a certain cold beauty to her features, and a caustic wit to match. She was impeccably clad, uniform immaculately pressed, and pale blonde hair pulled tight beneath her service cap, despite the stressful circumstances. Doltran found himself almost envying the younger woman.
"I've barely slept in 3 days,"
Doltran said, increasing his pace towards the command center.
"I think that I'm entitled to a little shut-eye before the event."
Doltran's words trailed off. He realized, with some self-chastisement, that he was frightened. In some ways, being here at the culmination of the battleship's mission should have salved his anxieties. Instead, knowing what they were about to do, having read the reports on the subject, it just made him feel so much worse. If Javovich noticed his unusual reaction, she didn't respond. Instead, the young lieutenant kept speaking.
"We are running green on all systems. Command staff are on standby. We've reached the coordinates." "As I expected,"
Doltran said.
"And the readings are the same?"
Javovich handed him a data slate, which twitched with complex holographic info feeds. Doltran gave the slate a perfunctory glance. Truth be told, he didn't understand much of what the Science Division team told him, but what he could absorb was bad enough. He handed the slate back to Javovich.
"They're the same,"
she said, referring to the readings.
16 dead stars. Over 100 dead planets.
Doltran swallowed.
Dead